These are all based on my conversations with a range of people who I met here at a number of different facilities in town. So I met about 60, 70 people, had a lot of conversations, and turned them into this. I've not always lived here. I was in another city. There were other people. I traveled. Every time I had things for me. I had a family here, but golly, I don't remember. I know we had a dog, a strong dog. I loved a strong dog. I had heard about a job at a nursing home, so I got a job at a nursing home, and I was completely entranced, enchanted by the people in this home. It was a 45-bed, all-male nursing home in a residential neighborhood. So it's the kind of nursing home that doesn't exist any longer. Mm-hmm. They used to all be sort of converted houses like that, mom and pop businesses. And but everybody I met just felt vivid and like my friend. It didn't seem sad or depressing. And so I right away started writing down things that people were saying because they were so just compelling to me. And I thought, well, I'll just type these up. And I was also supposed to find things to do, and so I made this little publication called the Duplex Planet, and they were 8.5 by 11 sheets stapled in the corner of this first issue, and I got the residents together and passed them out, and they could have cared less. I mean, there was nothing else that was being offered. There was no cake or anything, so they wandered away and didn't care about this at all. But that night, then, friends who saw it, roommates or people that were over at my apartment, were reading it and reading aloud from it, and were connecting with these characters on the page. And so I saw right away that the audience for this was everybody but the people in it, that this wasn't an activity. This was something that I needed to voice myself in this way. Culturally, we immediately think of old people as simply a place to go for oral history. Right. And you're not getting to know the person. I like the things that have a real resonance when you hear the phrase, but that it's so tied to a sense of character that it doesn't exist without dragging the character along with it. While this touches on sort of some issues that have it overlap with, social ideas and the ideas of aging, I try very hard to keep it positioned as an art form, in that if somebody wants to perceive it as surrealist poetry over music, that's fine. And if somebody else sees it as hilarious, that's fine. If somebody else sees it as it was so hard to hear because my grandmother just died and she was however somebody comes to it, all those doors are correct. And so I don't really want to shut any avenue. I think it's the role of the artist to not close off any of those things. Nobody ever knows that I'm 90. When I tell them, they're so surprised. I like to hang outside. When it's cool, your clothes smell so sweet. And the woman next door, she'd always come over. She says, "Pat, how old are you?" She's the only one that calls me Pat.
And I said, why? And she said, I don't know, you're so active. You must be terribly young, because I'm almost, what did she say, 75. I said, Dorothy, look at me. Take a good look. I'm 90 years old. Oh, you're not, she said. She walked away. She said, I don't like people that lie to me. She hasn't talked to me since.